Married at First Sight Restless latest update. Brad is kicked off the show after exhibiting controlling and toxic behavior towards Shona. Brad Skelly has been kicked off of Married at First Sight UK after he displayed controlling and manipulative behavior towards wife Shona Manderson. The model, 27, has come under fire for his treatment of the 31-year-old performing arts teacher, with show experts having to intervene as they warned his behavior could become dangerous. Fans even went as far as to slam Brad for being controlling after he spoke about allowing Shona's feelings in Wednesday's episode. Now it has been confirmed by Channel 4 that the show's producers have finally put their foot down and have axed him from the series. A Channel 4 spokesperson told Mail Online, the couple's exit plays out in the show. It was agreed alongside experts Paul, Mel and Charlene that the intensive Married at First Sight environment was not working for the couple and it was the right time to leave the experiment. The relationships on Married at First Sight UK are closely monitored off-screen by production and an independent psychologist. If any of the relationships develop in a way that is deemed to be potentially unhealthy for either party, we would take expert psychological advice as to whether it was time for them to leave the process. The welfare of all contributors on Married at First Sight UK is our top priority, and we ensure that appropriate support is available to contributors at all times during filming, including 24/7 access to a member of the welfare team or psych support. Upcoming emotional scenes will see dating coach Paul Carrick Brunson telling Brad and Shona that they must leave. Speaking to The Sun, a source added, the relationship with Shona was getting toxic. Bosses stepped in before the situation got out of hand. It comes after Women's Aid spoke out about Brad after he shocked viewers with actions such as telling Shona to shut up and claiming he allows her to feel emotions. In a statement to Mail Online, the charity shared, "It is really important that the experts on the show called this out as controlling behavior and challenged Brad's view that it was acceptable to say that he had the right to allow Shona to be angry." TV programs like these, which are based on the formation of relationships, need to be aware of the dynamics of controlling and coercive behavior, and always send a clear message that it is wholly unacceptable. MAFS UK viewers were initially rooting for Brad and his wife Shona, deeming them to be a great matchup at the wedding, but the couple have hit the rocks in recent days. During Tuesday's episode, Brad told Shona to shut up and suggested she was being emotionally immature after she shared her disappointment about the other couples doubting them. The couple addressed the conflict during the commitment ceremony, but Brad was quick to brand Shona as emotionally immature before speaking about teaching her about her anger. He shockingly said, "Not that I'm in a position of authority or to teach her, but if I allow her to get angry, is she ever going to learn?" Expert Mel Schilling immediately confronted Brad over his language and interrupted him when he tried to speak on behalf of Shona, while he was also warned that his behavior could become dangerous. And viewers were quick to take to, formerly known as Twitter, to fume over Brad's manipulative and controlling language as they branded his behavior as disgusting. During the commitment ceremony, Brad addressed about their row at the dinner party and shared his belief that they were at different levels of emotional maturity. He said, "Situations where Shona has felt to get involved when it's unnecessary, I struggle, but we're at different levels of emotional maturity." After prompting from the experts, Shona asked him, "Do you think I'm emotionally immature?" To which Brad replied, "I think there's traits." Shona then admitted she didn't know how to feel before saying her natural human reaction at the dinner party was to wonder why other couples were ranking them low in terms of compatibility. Brad then said, "I'm living in my vessel, so all I need to care about is the way internally. This is what I was trying to explain to Shona, they're so entitled." But expert Paul said of Brad telling Shona to shut up at the party, "You did not allow Shona to exist in her feelings in that moment. I wanted to say, Brad, chill. To which Brad said, "Not that I'm in a position of authority or to teach her, but if I allow her to get angry, is she ever going to learn?" The other couples looked visibly shocked by his comments, while expert Mel confronted Brad over his remarks and cut him off when he tried to speak for Shona. When asked if she felt like he was trying to teach her, Shona said, "Yeah, he's like my teacher. He will obviously try and explain what he feels, but then it comes across sometimes as cold and stern," she added. Expert Paul insisted a teacher-student relationship never works as a romantic relationship. Mel then asked, "Shona, I'm interested in your perspective on that. Does he preach to you?" However, Brad started to reply as he said, "I guess you could dash," but Mel cut him off as she said, "I'm asking Shona." When asked if she felt equal to Brad, Shona then said, "I feel like sometimes he is above me, but that's just me in life." Brad was then warned about using language like allow, to which he replied, 100%, I feel like that is what I want to do, I want to allow her to have the space. But the experts hit back with, "You don't need to allow her to do anything, she's your equal, she's an independent thinker and she's got a lot to bring to the table." We're calling this out because these are the kinds of pattern that can become dangerous. While Brad took the feedback on board, he later blamed show producers for portraying him as a narcissist and bully, insisting that he is no way controlling. Addressing his Instagram followers on Wednesday, Brad shared, "It can be very easy for people to have an opinion on a situation they've never been in themselves. There's a lot of factors at play. For one, there were plenty of scenarios where me and Shona conversed with others and weren't all over each other physically and weren't arguing. There was a lot more going on, however, it's all that shown of us because it makes great television. Everyone's engaged, everyone has an opinion on me already, not so much on Shona. You're not seeing the whole picture, so it's one of them where it can become a very challenging and suffocating and testing environment for everyone involved." Admitting he was frustrated with the process, he continued, "If you're with someone you're not clicking with, there's frustrations and things come to the surface, and I hold myself completely responsible. I take full responsibility for my actions, all the time for everything I do in life I take full responsibility, but it's things leading up to certain situations. There's comments about me being narcissistic, a bully and things like that, and that's really not who I am. Everyone that knows me physically can tell you I'm not that person the painting is developing to be, but I'm getting that's what's shown. It doesn't disregard my actions being what they've been, but everything I'm doing is with the intention to help, there's never any malice at all." Doubling down, Brad continued, "I'm not a controlling person at all, anybody who knows me personally knows I don't have one controlling bone in my body. When I've said, Shona, you're allowed to feel, that's not me giving permission, that's my terminology saying, you're a human being, you're allowed to feel every emotion the universe gives you. I can see how that's come across, there's just a lot of crossed wires." Revealing he had sought advice from fellow MAFS stars, he continued, "Everybody that I've spoke to that's been in this situation themselves understand that things become a pressure cooker, and when you're prodded and feeling a bit suffocated and you're trying to roll with it and trying to make things work and things are heated, you can really project frustrations and it's difficult to watch. I'm watching back potentially all of my worst parts that are amplified. I never ever in my life have had the direction where I've wanted to make someone feel negatively towards me, so me and Shona most definitely still spoke after the show finished and we kept in contact and we get on. You're watching a television program, its aim is entertainment, so please try not to take it at face value that every person on there is how they are on the outside, because with myself that's absolutely not the case." Shona has since revealed how she reacted to watching the scenes back, admitting it made for uncomfortable viewing, and insisting she will never again put up with this behavior. Sharing a picture of herself on the show, she penned, "In this moment I'm trying to be so positive and give it all I've got because I'm really trying to believe in us, and what I was feeling was so intense and heightened. The last 2 nights have been hard to watch, and I know tonight will be even trickier. I'm aware of the insecurities I have. This experiment really brought them to the surface. Firstly, I didn't like the feeling that the group were talking about us in a negative way. I admit I want to be liked, but I needed validation, as deep down in my gut I knew there was truth in what people were saying, and I was almost trying to convince myself. I was completely infatuated in that relationship. I got lost, and in trying to defend us as a couple I was silenced. I don't even remember that happening. It's difficult to see what everyone else could see and what you are watching play out now. It's uncomfortable to see this from the outside perspective and feeling what arises up for me in witnessing what everyone else could see, and now you're watching it play out just as we watch it for the first time. I could honestly write so much, as there are so many factors involved with what goes down within our pairing, a lot of things which happen off camera and things that aren't aired, the good and the ugly. Most importantly, I need to remember how far I've come since then. I've truly learnt so much on this journey. It's been a huge lesson for me, and it actually has been a very, very happy ending. You grow through what you go through, and never again will I put up with this behavior. Finally, thank you for your support and kind words. It means. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.